Hello friends, in this lecture we will be discuss about the criteria of aromaticity, and in the basis of criteria of aromaticity we will first discuss on the Huckel's molecular orbital theory. Dear friend, in inorganic chemistry as well as in some part of the organic chemistry we have already discussed about the molecular orbital theory and valence bond theory. In molecular orbital theory we have to discuss the bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbital as well as the non-bonding molecular orbital, and that anti-bonding orbital and non-bonding molecular orbital can occupy some electron and which is very useful in the chemical processes. And same thing when we study about the aromaticity and delocalization of the pi electron, there is also some basic assumptions related to the aromaticity and delocalization of the pi electron. So aromaticity is also based on the molecular orbital theory as well as the valence bond VBT theory. And in this lecture today we discuss about the Huckel's molecular orbital theory. Friends, in our previous lecture we had discussed about the aromaticity and Huckel's rule, as well as we see the stability of aromatic compound, anti-aromatic compound as well as the non-aromatic compound. In this lecture we are going to discuss about the Huckel's molecular orbital theory, and this theory is support us to study the pattern of delocalization of the electron as well as to calculate the energy related to that. So H, in short this theory is denoted as HMOT. Okay, Huckel's molecular orbital theory. This theory is also provided some events or some assumptions. The first assumptions for this theory is that the molecule should be planar in nature. It's very important. Molecule containing the pi electron should planar in nature. This is the first assumptions. Now number two, that is the whatever the system we have to take for the study, the system undergoes to the conjugation. Therefore system should be fully conjugated in nature. Then third point is for the sigma electron and pi electrons. Okay, so friend, the sigma electron is also present in the system at the nodal point, but which does not interact with the pi system. It's also very important assumptions for this theory. The next one is this theory is applicable for the conjugated polyenes. Conjugated polyenes. Now it's explain the good qualitative analysis. This theory can explain the good qualitative analysis. We are able to find out the exact energy level of the particular aromatic system. And in this last assumptions for this theory is pi electron wave function is expressed as a linear combination of the pz orbital. Linear combination of the pz orbital. So friend, it's very important thing. You should be note down these assumptions. The system should be planar, system should be conjugated, and the sigma electron which are present on the nodal plane cannot be interact with the pi electron, does not interact. Conjugated polyenes were applicable on the conjugated polyenes too. It is good in find out the qualitative analysis also regarding to the energy. Then pi electron wave function is expressed as a linear combination. Friends, here I just told to you that one thing, a wave function. Okay, when you go toward the wave function in physical chemistry, we had studied about the de Broglie's principle, and Heisenberg uncertainty principle too. But de Broglie's principle is very basic research in the field of science. The de Broglie's principle provide to us the electron is also move. Electron is a particle, but its movement is like a wave, and this wave function is very important to study because wave function can create energy. The energy is responsible for the stability. So, pi electron wave function is expressed as a linear combination of the p orbital. So, these are the assumptions, and on this basis of the assumptions, here are some rules for the linear combination is also given by the HMOT. Okay, we just look this first system, that is the linear conjugated system. Linear conjugated system. For the linear Paulins, okay, the formula for Hn plus Cn plus Hn plus 2. This is the general formula for the linear Paulins, and the energy calculated for the linear Paulins is denoted by the Ej. J is the orbitals, and Ej is nothing but alpha plus 2 beta into pi upon n plus 1 into j. Okay. So friend, this is the equation. In this equation, the j is the orbital number, n is the number of carbon atom, alpha is related to binding energy of the electron to 2p orbital. You should be remember that alpha is related to the binding energy of the electron which are present in the 2p orbital. Okay, and beta energy of electron in the field of 2 or more nuclei. So friend, beta which can plays very important role. Beta is energy level denoted for such a type of the electron which are concerned with more than one nuclei. Okay, more than one nuclei. So this is the equation for the linear conjugated system, and by using this equation we are able to find out the energy. In this case we will be discuss about the one example, that is the cyclobutadiene example. So friends, cyclobutadiene having 4 pi electron, okay, and the of course it is a planar one, 4 pi electron is present, and the pi electron is completely delocalized inside the system. And when we study about the energy of this system, means E pi, means pi energy of this system, as per the HMOT, we will get there the some energy levels. The energy level is this, okay, and energy of each electron is denoted on the x axis, energy of each electron. And of course this system is cyclobutadiene. So friend, this first energy level is denoted by psi1, second energy level is denoted by psi2, third one is psi3 star, and fourth one is psi4 star. Okay, why we use the energy level by psi1, psi2 and psi3. It's very important friends, because pi electron in the linear system we are considered as the wave function, and therefore the energy level we will be denoted by the psi1, psi2, psi3 and psi4. Okay, now each and every energy level having some specific values. The psi1 is alpha plus 1.618 beta. Then psi2 energy level having a value alpha plus 0.618 beta. Same thing for the antibonding or psi3 star, alpha minus 1.618 beta, and same thing for the psi4 star, alpha minus 0.618 beta. So friend, these are the energy levels for this cyclobutadiene, because in cyclobutadienes there is a 4 pi electron, and as per the energy present, pi electric energy present, the electron is distributed is like this in the form of rule. As per the assumptions and rule, the 2 and 2 electron are present, and when we calculate the E pi energy of that system, means cyclobutadiene system, we will be get that E pi is equal to 2 into alpha plus 1.618 beta plus 2 into alpha plus 0.618 beta. So this is the pi energy, and when we do the addition of this one, we will get that 4 alpha plus 4 point, after summation we will get that 4.48 beta. You just round it and you will be get 62 beta, and here is the 62 beta. So this is the E pi energy. Okay, and friends, when we go toward that, the you just remember this one. We will be use this energy in the next calculation. Okay. The Huckel's delocalization energy, it's also denoted by HDE. Huckel's delocalization energy of the conjugated system is difference between E pi and the Huckel's localized energy is the pi electron energy calculated by the Huckel's method for a single localized Lewis structure of the system. The bonding orbital of a localized double bond has energy alpha plus beta for the ethylene molecule, and non-bonded electron in a pi orbital has energy alpha. So friend, here we consider the cyclobutadiene system, and energy for the cyclobutadiene system is like this. For the Huckel's delocalization energy, that is alpha plus 2 beta, okay, and the second, here is again alpha, and here is the alpha minus 2 beta. So Huckel's delocalization energy is changes changes electron to electron. This system is changed for the 6 pi electron. This denotation is changed for the 4 pi electron, and so on. The detail regarding to this I will be provided to you. So friends, this is the alpha plus 2 beta, alpha minus 2 beta, antibonding orbital, and here is the alpha. Now when we consider the pi cyclobutadiene system, there is a 4 pi electron, 2 electron is present here, 2 electron is also present here, and we will be get the energy related to this 4 alpha plus 4 beta. Okay, 4 alpha plus 4 beta. This is the energy of the Huckel's delocalized electrons. Now when we calculate Huckel's localized electrons, and when we calculate the energy for Huckel's delocalized electron, we will be use this Huckel's delocalized energy level for the electron. E pi is equal to Huckel's energy for the localized pi electrons, and as we know that friend, this energy 4 alpha minus 4.48 beta plus minus 4 alpha plus beta, and after calculating we will be get here 0.48 beta, and this is the energy regarding to the cyclobutadiene system. So friend, this cyclobutadiene system having this much energy, and this energy we will be calculated by using the Huckel's molecular orbital theory, and in this theory we studied the pi electron energy level as well as Huckel's localized electron level and their distribution, and when we find out, we will be get the Huckel's delocalized energy. In our next video, we will be discuss about the Frost diagram. The Frost diagram is basically depend upon the delocalization of the electrons, and on that basis the molecule whether they stable or non-stable in the aromatic system, which are also determined. So friend, please watch the next video, and for this lecture, if you have any query regarding to this, ask me on Google Classroom. Thank you.